I welcome you all and today's speaker, Dr. Meghna Dikshit, on behalf of NSSID Bombay. Welcome everyone, welcome ma'am. So NSSID Bombay brings you all a webinar on the topic boosting immunity with natural herbs. In recent times, when we have already found out the reasons why I should be explaining the same. So Dr. Meghna Dikshit is an Ayurvedic doctor who is the founder of The Mantra. She is also a success coach and an expert in topics strategy and human potential. We are very lucky to have you here, ma'am. So now I request you to start your presentation.
Thank you so much, Neha. And I welcome each one of you here watching this live stream, or maybe you'll watch it later. Thank you so much, NSS IIT Bombay, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to present such a lovely and a topic which is really, really close to my heart. And before I start the entire understanding of what is immunity and how can you boost it up, I want to give you a short introduction of myself so that you know why should you hear from me, and so that you know that why am I qualified to teach you on this. Of course, apart from my qualifications, let's see what I have achieved so far in the 23 years of my entire career. Okay, so just give me 2 minutes to watch this. And if you like it, say, give me a big hi in the chat box. Don't forget to do that. Okay. So I welcome each one of you watching me here. So what am I? Neha already introduced me. My name is Dr. Meghna Dikshit. I am a leading success coach of India. I am multiple award winners, energy psychologist. I am also an entrepreneur with multiple businesses, and of course, I'm an Ayurvedic doctor with ancient wisdom of India. So, uh, what I am is an amalgamation of the contemporary modern Western science, and which is like neuroscience and quantum physics. I've studied all of that, and with that, I am also holding a lot of understanding of ancient Ayurvedic wisdom, ancient Chinese wisdom. So what I do is I amalgamate the Western principles with the Eastern principles and combine them together. So I'm going to share with you today the entire understanding, whatever time that we have, little time that we have. I'm going to make you real understand that how can you approach towards your immunity, how can you strengthen it. And trust me, I mean, guys, if you really really are able to create the foundation of your body well, you will be able to live a better life, a happier life, also a very very well grounded life, and very focused. I also feel that when you're sorted internally, because in your body you are taking action with your body, right? Anything that you do, maybe you want to achieve great grades, maybe you want to get better job opportunities, maybe you want to start your business. All of that can happen because there is so many things that you do with your body, with your brain, right? So the foundation of anybody's success, your body holds it. So I'm going to talk about all of this, okay, with you guys. So let's go ahead and see what all I have achieved so far. I have a 23 years of experience. I've worked with more than 50,000 people one on one. I have these three different businesses. They are surrounded and they are revolving around the medicine. So the Mantra is my consulting firm where we help people transform their health, their body, their relationships, their careers, their finances. Six Sense is in completely Ayurvedic spa chain, and Soliton Healthcare is a pharmaceutical company. Okay, I've been for many many years. I've been doing many corporate presentations where I have spoken about what is success and how can you achieve it through getting your mental health in order. Because your success is 80% your psychology, your body, your health, and 20% is the mechanics. So whatever you're learning in your colleges or whatever you're going to learn in future, like the courses which will give you livelihoods, actually that's only 20%. 80% of your success depends on what is your body is, what your mind is, what your emotions are. So we're going to delve more into it today in this topic. So these are some of the awards and achievements that I have achieved since many many years. I've been also covered in the multiple newspapers and magazines like Bombay Times, ET Panache, Economic Times, Hindustan Times. Last year, I was on the cover page of the CEO magazine. I was chosen amongst the 5,000 women, and they had put me and they had given me a 6-page article to just see the growth that I am and the transformation that I'm producing. Last year, I also got a lovely opportunity to share stage with Mr. Jack Canfield. I don't know how many of you know Jack Canfield, but Jack Canfield is the #1 authority in the personal development space. He's also written books like Chicken Soup for the Soul, and he's also written books like Success Principles, which are itself sold 500 million copies. So I got an opportunity, privilege, and honor to be with him on the same stage. Okay. Apart from being a very good doctor and a fantastic success coach and an entrepreneur, I'm also a mother. Okay, so I have this 17-year-old son, which you can see on the left side, and the right side you see that's my pet Magic. That's my lovely family, my husband, my father-in-law, and mother-in-law. Okay, I'm going to quickly share with you one more slide, and each one of you watching me right now, I want you to quickly go on this my social media. Okay, I want to quickly go on my social media and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you will get loads and loads of information. Okay, I'm not sure why this is happening. Okay, give me a moment, please, guys. Something is going off here. Just give me a moment, guys. Stay with me, please. I'm not able to switch from my, yeah, okay, got it. Let's see if you can now see it. Okay, here you go. Okay, here you go. Take a quick 10 seconds and please note down or take a screenshot of all my social media handles. You can stay connected with me on the YouTube and get loads of resources, free resources to develop your systems. Okay, multiple systems like your emotions, your success, your mental health, your physical health, all of it. You can stay in touch with me on the Facebook page, Dr. Meghna Dikshit, and you can obviously follow me on Instagram. Okay, because you're young students, I'm sure each one of you have Instagram. Please do the needful and follow me quickly. Okay. So here we are. Let's dive deeper into our subject here, okay? So once again, I welcome each one of you and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, okay? Giving me this opportunity to teach you, to tell you and discuss with you about the immunity. What I'm going to talk to you today is when you speak about the immunity, and even though the subject line here says that the herbs that can really develop your immunity. But what I want to tell you today, okay, my understanding of the entire human being, okay, is not just the body. It's not the physical body or the skeleton or the muscles and the fat and the tissues that you see. It is beyond the physical body, because on the physical body, there are 3 more bodies a human has. The layer above the physical body is an emotional body, okay? Then above that is the mental body, and above that is the spiritual body. So as a human being, you're actually having this all 4 bodies, and most of the people focus only on the physical body when it comes to immunity or when it comes to any health issues. Like you go seek help from a regular doctor, he will give you or she will give you some medications. But holistically, if you look at it, I'll tell you something, how I discovered this entire aspect of life where I started treating people holistically. When I realized that when I was giving medicines to people, and you know, I don't know how many of you know, but it's said in Ayurveda that if you actually treat a person with an Ayurvedic medicine, they should never ever get that problem back, because Ayurveda treats at the root cause. Okay. But what I realized in 4 or 5 years, and my initial practice of 4 or 5 years, that people were coming back with the problems. Now, I always thought that I'm a very good doctor. I'm doing everything possible in my capacity to help the people heal themselves. But after a while, I realized that only medicines are not going to be enough. And then I just started talking to people, and I realized that, oh my God, you know, the challenges are not physical. The challenges are into multiple areas. Like they have stuck up past emotions, they are stuck up unresourceful emotions, unresourceful memories, whatever has happened to them in the past, maybe some abuse, maybe some rejections, maybe some humiliations, maybe some failures, And all of that, see, you are all science students here, right? So you know that your brain stores all the memories. Okay, your brain stores all the memories. So all these people, they were storing, I mean, whatever, like you or me, we store the memories from the past. And you know, if you look at the brain module, okay, if you look at the brain module, there are two glands next to each other in your brain, the you know, the our innermost layer of your brain, which is called as cerebellum. Okay, there is amygdala and there is hippocampus. Okay, now amygdala is your alarming signal. It gives you alarm to the brain and to the body that there is something wrong. Okay, its primary function is to constantly alert your brain and tell your mind that you're in an unsafe zone, you're in insecurity, you have some threat, because your brain's primary function is to keep you safe. You're designed that way. The cerebellum, the part of the brain, is designed that way to keep you safe. And when it comes to keep you safe, it will look at every new thing that is coming to you. Okay, it doesn't look at the safety as in only physical safety, and it is proven scientifically. Your physical pain that you feel in the body, or the emotional trauma that you feel, probably you went through some sort of a rejection, maybe a girl or a boy rejected you, maybe a teacher humiliated you, maybe your parents were critical about you, or something that has happened so drastic in your life that maybe you looked at it drastic, maybe it's not like really drastic, but we all have our perceptions. We all think about our life in some terms of, okay, maybe there is something like, you know, this is not okay for me. And continuously, if you go through some experience again and again, it gets stored in your hippocampus. Now hippocampus stores all your memories, and you can say fortunately or unfortunately together. Okay, so every time you get a new opportunity, it could be approaching a new new prospect for a relationship, it could be approaching a new job, it could be starting a new business. All these past memories come back to the amygdala and tell the amygdala that, you know what, if you take this opportunity, if you take this step, you know what had happened in the past, right? It might just happen again. And if that might just happen again, you're going to go through the same emotional pain. Now, when that message goes to the amygdala just switches off. And it kind of starts, you kind of then start making the decisions, or your emotions really overwhelm you and you start sabotaging it. How many of you have an experience of probably falling into a similar kind of a habit or a pattern, or constantly sabotaging something or the other in your other thing in your life? Like, I'm sure you all are bright people and you all know that maybe this kind of a eating habit is not okay for you, maybe this kind of a toxic relationship is not okay for you, maybe sleeping well is important for you, maybe waking up on time is important for you, maybe indulging into certain activities is not good for you. But how many of you allow yourself to get into it just because you get swayed away by your emotions? If you are one of them, like I was one of them, I know that I was swayed away by my emotions multiple times in my life. And if you are somebody who's made a resolution on the first year of the year and couldn't follow it up, I want you to type in the chat box and tell me, in the comment box, and tell me that you are the one, like, you know, yeah, you can type resolution or whatever it is for you. Okay. But let me tell you, so to understand all of this, the immunity comes majorly not just from your body, but it comes from your emotions and it also comes from your thoughts. Have you observed this? When you are extremely sad, depressed, low, do you feel that you often fall sick? Have you have got this experience? When you're under tremendous stress or pressure, how many of you experienced as a child that, you know, when the exam is nearing up, you feel extremely anxious, or there are a lot of people, those who can't sleep in the night, there are butterflies in the stomach, you are probably getting headaches and constant cold, or there is like, you know, you have to go to the loo again and again. If you're one of them who has experienced the fear or anxiety or exam fever, type in the chat box and tell me if you have experienced the exam fever. Now, what is it? It is definitely not physical, it is emotional. So first understanding of the immunity is, it's not just the body, It is mind, that's your thoughts, and it's also your emotions. Now, if you want to get really, really healthy, if you want to become really, really healthy, then you must sort yourself on three levels. First is your diet, exercise. Second is your emotions. Any sort of a unresourceful emotion, unresourceful habit or pattern which is not helping you, you must look at it to eliminate it. Your sleeping habits, your exercising habits, and also your thoughts. Are you an optimistic person? Are you a pessimistic person? Do you get swayed quickly by the stress and anxiety? Or do you get paranoid and anxious by what is happening in the environment? Are you one of them where your parents start getting kind of like telling you, my God, people are not getting the jobs, what's going to happen to you? Are you feeling that kind of, are you kind of a person who's focusing on the problems, or you're kind of a person who's focusing on the solutions? Now, if you understand what I'm saying, I want you to understand that maybe the solutions are not right now with you. But what kind of person are you? Are you a person who focuses on problems, or are you a person who focuses on progress? I want you to tell me in the chat box. Are you someone who focuses on problems? Then type problems. If you focus on progress, always you focus on progress, because you know what kind of person you are. Now, hugely you will see people, those who are mission driven, people, those who are optimistic, people, those who are focused on solutions rarely fall sick. This is a study done. And people, those who are focusing on the challenges, negativity, and pessimism and problems, these are the people, those who fall sick more often. Now, this is a worldwide study conducted. In fact, in my own life, since 2014, now 2020, it's been 6 years, not even a one day I have taken a break because I was sick. Why? How did I discover this entire thing? So I'm going to give you a presentation on that, okay? But before we start that, how many of you have ever gone to a doctor, and when a doctor gave you the medicine, okay, the doctor said, take this tablet 3 times a day. This is a dose of the medicine. How many of you heard dose of the medicine? DOSE. Type in the chat box if you have heard about dose of the medicine, DOSE. Okay, so I'm going to elaborate on the DOSE. Do you want to know what is DOSE? So these are the 4 hormones which are there in your body. Okay, D stands for dopamine, O stands for oxytocin, S stands for serotonin, and E stands for endorphins. Okay, so if you have 4 of these in an appropriate quantity in your body, you are healthy. You're healthy emotionally, you're healthy physically, you're healthy mentally. If any of these 4 deplete, that's where the sickness comes. And that's the reason when you take the medicine, the doctor says this is a dose of the medicine, because the medicines are not doing anything else, but they're correcting these 4 levels or four hormones which are there in your body. How many of you think this was something that is kind of like your light bulb started, like you understood something? So just type light bulb in the chat box. I would love to read your comments. Light bulb. Okay, so I want to talk about this in detail with you now. I'm already starting to share my screen here with you. Let's look at the dopamine, the first D. Okay, so what is dopamine? It's a chemical, it's a neurotransmitter. Okay, I'm not going details of biology here, but dopamine is a chemical that runs in your body, in your brain. Okay, what's its primary function? Its primary function, that it plays a role in regulation of your cognition. What is cognition? That your ability to have a decent kind of a dialogue, like having your all logical functions in place, your rationality, your decision making. Okay, it also governs your memory, it governs your motivation. How many of you wake up really, really enthusiastic and motivated every single day? If you don't, then that means your dopamine levels are not, your brain is not generating enough dopamine for you in the morning, for you to feel motivated. How many of you are here, those who feel that, oh, I need my cup of coffee, or I need cup of tea, or I need a cigarette to feel good? In the morning, I need to start my day with something so that it gives me pepped up feeling. Now, for all of you who feel that way, your dopamine levels are inappropriate, and that's the reason you feel that way. You need an external stimulation to feel good about yourself, because dopamine is also a feel good hormone. Okay, so it also takes care of your moods. It is like your attention and your learning, your focus, your sleep, everything is governed by dopamine. Okay, now I'm not going to detail, because I want to talk about all the four hormones. I'm going to give you a glimpse of everything, and then you're smart people, you can obviously go and google this and read more about it. Okay, so how do you then what can you do for dopamine, appropriate dopamine to secrete in your body? Okay, the first thing you need to do is exercise at least 5 hours a week. That doesn't mean that you do it all 5 hours in a day. Okay, you do at least 30 to 45 minutes of an exercise, which is very critical. In the diet, what you can do for dopamine is you can include good proteins. Okay, lean proteins. If you're a fish eater, chicken eater, that's great. Eggs are great source of protein. You can look for protein vegetables, like legumes, or you can look at broccoli and stuff like that. Like, I don't recommend too much of a dairy, because I'm not really a dairy fan. But what you can do, you can also get lots of protein from the nuts. You can also use almond milk, you can use walnut milk, you can use all these sorts of coconut milk, which is a great source of protein. I do not recommend dairy products a lot, because some people in India, like I have heard that 97% of the population in India is dairy allergic. Okay, so I don't recommend dairy so much, but if it suits you, it's your choice. You can also look at the foods which has more magnesium. I'm going to talk about it later, about the magnesium rich food. You can also look at the probiotics and prebiotics. Now this is something you can all do. Okay, what are the prebiotics and prebiotics? Probiotics are basically the microorganisms which are there in your gut. Now your gut is your second brain. Remember this always. So if you want to keep your immunity good and really high, you need to keep your gut clean. Okay, you need to really have a clean gut, clean system. Every day, if not twice, you have to pass tools at least once to keep your gut clean. And a lot of gut health comes from the microorganisms which are there in the gut. So to increase the microorganisms, you need probiotics. What are the probiotics? Probiotics are like buttermilk, yogurt, kefir. All these are probiotics. You can look for more probiotics of your choice. And what is prebiotics? So prebiotics are something that actually takes care of the flora of the intestine. मतलब एक होता है, the probiotics are like beej, the seeds, okay? पर seed डालने के लिए उसका जो soil होता है, like you need a good soil, right, for the right seed to really grow well. The soil is created by the prebiotics. Now pro and prebiotics both are important in your diet. So how is the soil created in your intestine? By onions, garlic, flax seeds, apples, bananas, oats, barley. Now this is freely available, even though you are students, maybe you are in the hostel life, whatever. These are all things which are available everywhere, right? You can have them. Correct? Now let's look at what else can you do. You can listen to the music, whichever music, not like a pop or hip hop, like a soothing music for your brain to kind of go into the state of, which is like, you're all probably watching here are engineers, so you know that there are 5 brain waves that we talk about. So the music that actually puts you into the theta brain wave. Now theta brain wave is something that will start giving your brain the rest it requires. Okay, I'm not going, I mean, I can talk a lot about the science like nervous system, etc., but I don't think I want to get in there right now. You can also meditate if you love meditating. You can do some activities that regulates your sleep, like you can restrict your tea and caffeine or whatever stimulus that you take for your feeling good activities. You can restrict that intake after 2 p.m. and then you can regulate your sleep. You'll start feeling sleepy very well. You can also take good sunlight and vitamin D. The other herb which is very powerful is turmeric for dopamine. Green tea is great for dopamine. You can also look for fish oil if you are a non-vegetarian. You can also look for ginseng. Ginseng is also a very good source of dopamine. Okay, let's look at the next one. The O stands for oxytocin. Now, what is an oxytocin? Oxytocin is basically the love hormone or a cuddle hormone, it is called as. Where does the name come from? Because when a woman is ready to give birth to a child or she's pregnant, she is full of oxytocin. Okay, so it's actually, the oxytocin actually helps you bond. So it represents the bond between the mother and the child. Okay, so every time a man and a woman also falls in love, a rich dose of oxytocin is released. Okay, or when you look at something like, even when you look at pets, like they are like our children, right? So when you look at the pet, you are automatically, the oxytocin releases, and doesn't mean that only women release the oxytocin, even men release the oxytocin, which is a very, very critical hormone. And lack of oxytocin can cause a lot of problems. Okay, a lot of problems like depression, anxiety, excuse me, excuse me, social phobia, autism, schizophrenia, post-traumatic stress disorder, tinnitus, anorexia, borderline personality disorders. All these can happen if there is a lack of oxytocin. And simple remedy of oxytocin is what? If you love someone, make sure that you cuddle that person often enough. Okay, make sure that you cuddle that person often enough. There is another way you can do it. If you don't have somebody like that, you can take, you can actually take massages or give massages. Take or give, either way is fine. There's a touch involved in it. You can do some light yoga postures. That also releases a lot of oxytocin. You can use fenugreek, that's methi seeds. You can use chamomile tea. Okay, chamomile is sort of a green tea. That's also very, very good tea. You can have it twice a day. You can also have magnesium, which is like I was telling you, right? The dark chocolate, avocados, nuts, legumes, seeds, bananas, leafy green fish. All this has got even, you can use it for dopamine. You can use it for even oxytocin. Take again lots of vitamin D through sunlight. You can take also vitamin C, okay, for your oxytocin intake. Now let's go to the next one, the serotonin. Okay, serotonin is the third part of DOS, right? DOS. So serotonin. Now serotonin is released maximum by the thymus gland. And unfortunately, what happens is the thymus gland starts shutting down once you cross your teenage. Or maybe around 14, 15, it starts shutting down, because that's where you get into the college, or you get into the professional college, where there is, in the world, our world, there's so much stress. Oh my God, there's all the time that rat race going on. Who's getting where are we heading? So this is a joy hormone. This is a happy hormone. And it starts shutting down. The worldly stress starts getting onto you. Okay, and something I'm just showing you, where is the thymus gland? If you can see this part of your body, like just above your heart, is the part where there is thymus gland. Okay, so what primarily you can do to activate the thymus gland? If you remember any of the movies, etc., when there is something goes wrong, okay, or even if you have experience, like suddenly something comes to you and there's like you get into shock, you suddenly cover this part like this, right? Now, why do you cover this? You cover it because you're actually giving the energy or thumping to your thymus gland. Because the moment you're shocked, and when you put your hand on, it's an immediate instinct of your brain to release serotonin, because serotonin releases stress. It releases anxiety. It releases that entire pressure that you feel. So why not regularly activate serotonin? Okay, if you're with me, watching me this right now, what I want you to do is, I want you to simply take your 3 fingers and look at this part of your body and just start thumping it. You can do it just before you're getting out of your bed in the morning. You can just thump it and it will start releasing this whole serotonin. You'll start feeling better. And I understand you don't need to show it to the world. Okay, you just need to do this. If you remember in the cultures like Rudali, etc., they constantly, they beat the chest. Or even when you look at many cultures, the sign of courage or the sign of adventure is when you thump your chest. That's because when you thump that part of your body, it kind of releases the serotonin and it gives you the power to face the fear or face the obstacle or face any challenge that you face in life. It could be a big challenge or a small challenge. And we all are facing the challenges. Let's face it. So you can actually face the fear when there is enough serotonin in your body. And this simple technique to activate serotonin is just to kind of thump it like this. You can do it. Okay, it's very, very powerful. And then what else? Like your probiotics will also work for serotonin. We have already discussed about the probiotics. Again, a lot of sunlight and a good amount of sleep. Okay, vitamin B, very important. So you learned so far magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin B. These are very important for all these hormones, right? You can also look at the massage. If you don't want to thump it, you can simply do this. A lot of people do this when they are feeling acidity. Okay, why? Because the acidity is a sign of fear. That's where the burning starts. That's where you have a perpetual unconscious, or the subconscious keeps giving you the stimulus that there is a threat, there is a fear. And most likely when there's kind of like a heart choke up or even acidity, people start doing this. Have you observed this? Yeah. And when you do this, you suddenly feel the burp is coming out. If you are having indigestion or acidity, your body has an innate sense and awareness of what it needs to do. You just need to understand how to communicate with it. You just need to have this information. Now, every time now you know that naturally when you see somebody doing this, you will know that unconsciously that person is activating. It's a nature's way of teaching you certain things. Like if you've seen the dogs and the cats, when they want to sleep, they kind of start digging the hole in the ground, right? Like I have my dog at home. We don't have a soil here at home, but even every time he wants to sleep, right from he was a baby, he starts digging that place, even if it's a bed. That's your wired. That dog is wired for sleeping like that, right? Keeping himself warm. Similar is with you. Every human being is wired to overcome any obstacle. We kind of like cut those impulses by taking too many medications. So if you can do this thumping part, you will always feel the child in you will always be alive. You will be able to laugh at any adversity. You will be able to laugh at any challenges that you face. And the moment you laugh, now my next topic here is laughter therapy. You can also practice laughter therapy. Laugh for whatever reasons. Or laugh just for doing a laughter therapy. There are enough videos on the YouTube you can watch, and you can actually practice laughter therapy. Because the moment you practice laughter therapy, your body is going to be full of serotonin. And the moment you're full of serotonin, the rest of the hormones also get tickled and they also start releasing. Okay? And then you see your immunity will automatically be fine. And more than that, I'm telling you, everybody in the world is looking for success. Anything that you do in the world, why do you want success in your life? Because at the end, our final destination is happiness. So why not first be happy and then be successful, isn't it? You can do it that way as well. Because the happier you are, the more successful you are going to be. I haven't seen any grumpy person being successful. You can only be successful when you're happy. You will be purpose driven. You will be enthusiastic when you wake up, and you'll go back to sleep with fulfillment. I know there's so much stress out there. And abhi you're young. You grow older like me, it's going to be even more stressful. Because then you have to take care of the child and family, blah, 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 blah. It continues. You want to grow in life. You want to start your businesses, or you want to be having a great career. You want to take care of your health, relationships, everything. A lot of responsibilities. And in those responsibilities, you need to learn to be really happy. Okay? And that's what is going to help you to build your immunity. That's going to make you look younger in your life. I'm in my 40s, but I know that the energy that I have, I conduct workshops for 12 hours a day sometimes, and straight in 3 days a row. And I'm extremely energetic every single day. I can easily beat a 20-year-old because I do take care of all of these levels in my life. I do take care of my body by giving it enough exercise, by eating right, by eating and sleeping right, by releasing all the unwanted emotional stress that I go through every day. It's inevitable, guys. You can't avoid emotional stress. It's going to happen. Something or the other will keep going wrong in your life. You can't wait for some things to feel, go in your right way so that you'll be happy. You are going to feel stressful thoughts. Sometimes you're going to get self-doubt. Sometimes you're going to be fearful. Sometimes you're going to feel overwhelmed. All these little things will help you get out of it. Okay. The last part of dose is endorphins. Okay. Now, the biggest way you can release endorphins is by exercising. That's the first thing. You exercise and your body will release the endorphins. And it's just a matter of putting yourself into a habit of exercising. Maybe you can just 20 minutes of spot jog if you can't go out of the house or out of the hostel. Spot jog. Or just go out, do lunges, do squats, do push-ups, whatever it is for you. Or skipping. Just 20 minutes and you will see your mood just changes. Anybody who feels sad, depressed, low, I'll tell you, I'll challenge you. You change your physiology, you do the little exercise and you let me know if you still feel sad. You will not. Your body will release all these hormones and automatically you will start feeling. Now it's just a matter of choosing to be sad. So what do you want to choose? You want to choose problem or solution, or you want to choose sadness or happiness? Tell me in the chat box, what do you want to choose? It's very important because every single day you make a choice. On an average, a human being makes 35,000 decisions every single day. My question to you is, my friends, how many decisions are you aware of? Not even 10, right? What happens to the rest of the decisions? Your brain is taking those rest of the decisions. And you can't just let it go like that. You have to do everything in capacity to make sure that your brain is fed well with all of this, the right emotions, the right thoughts, the right physical strength, and also a lot of nutrients. Okay. The next thing that you can do for your endorphins is you can take ashwagandha or brahmi. These are the two herbs which are extremely powerful. They regulate your nervous system. They calm your nervous system down. They release these hormones and they also give you good sleep. You can choose either one of it. You don't need to choose both. Otherwise, it will be heavy sedation. Choose one. Take one tablet 1 hour before you go to sleep. Okay. Then you also indulge into protein-rich foods, which are chicken, lentils, eggs, fish, cheese, wheat germ. Okay. Some types of cheese, not all the types of unprocessed cheese, rather, I would say. Not the processed one, not the packeted one. You get those unprocessed cheese which you can consume. Wheat germ is a great oil to consume because it's vitamin E and that also releases endorphins. Okay. Vegetables and fruits like beets, bananas, apples, watermelons, chili, cardamom, all of these will release lots of endorphins. And always, always, always avoid junk food, processed foods. And I rather lovingly say it, anything that you see in the packet, in the shelf, avoid that. Just avoid that. It's not worth consuming. Anything that has got more than 3 days of shelf life that you can directly consume. I'm not talking about the legumes and grains. Obviously, they have years of shelf life. But anything that is that is ready to eat, which is more than 3 days on the shelf, is not good for your body. So just avoid that. I know most of you live in the hostels, etc. I know sometimes it's inevitable, but try and avoid it as much possible. Okay. So that's my talk on immunity. If you do all of this, I guarantee you in 3 months time, give me 90 days, do all of this, be always high on vibrations, and you will achieve so much more. So that's about it today. Let me know in the chat box if you really, was it insightful for you? Did it really help you? Also tell me if you have any questions. I'm ready to answer all your questions. So I'm here with you if you have any questions to ask. Over to you, Neha.
Yeah. So it was very amazing, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable words. So yeah, I have few questions from our guest itself and also from our team. So first is that Ayurvedic medicine has both aspects, curative and preventive. So in this COVID times when cure is not yet found, right?
Russia has come up with a vaccine.
Ma'am, but these are some things that we are coming up They might be rumors,
I saw the news that they have done all the testing, etc., and maybe they'll launch it soon. So
wow, that's amazing. That's the
came out most fresh information right now.
Yeah, that's amazing then. That's the most positive news I've heard then. But still, I would like
Yes, I would rather say that Ayurveda's most entire philosophy revolves around. I'm going to say a little Sanskrit shlok here. It talks about swasthasya swasthya rakshanam and aturasya vikara prashamanam. That means swasthasya swasthya rakshanam. What does that mean is, whoever is healthy, how can you become healthier so that you do not interact with the disease? And if at all you get disease, then you get into the cure. So Ayurveda is not a science, medical science, it's a lifestyle. So if we learn to adopt what is the Ayurvedic lifestyle, and how can we actually every single day do certain things, your health will always be optimum, your immunity will be always be best, you will look younger than what your age is, your hair will be great, your nails will be great, your skin will be great. So the entire aspect, I think 90% of Ayurveda is based on preventive, and it talks about lifestyle, that you start taking Ayurveda and you start building up yourself so that you don't fall sick. That's where age-old remedies like Chawanprash and all these things which are so popular because of that, because they build your immunity so that your age regression happens, your disease stays far away, all of that stuff. Okay. So are you specifically asking me about COVID? What should you do in the COVID with Ayurveda? Yeah. Yes. So I already spoke about onion, garlic, turmeric. All these are extremely powerful herbs which are available at home. You can actually consume them. They're very, very powerful. You can use curcumin, that's the part of turmeric. You can use fenugreek, methi, jeera, लौंग, आपके मदर के जितनी स्पाइसेस है उसको निकाल लो और उसका काढ़ा बना लो, तुलसी डाल दो. These are all age-old remedies, right? I love using the kadhas most likely. Like घर के जो herbs है उसको डालो, थोड़ी सी तुलसी निकाल के डाल दो, and just boil the water and add little jaggery or honey. Can have it, and that's your drink, that's your kind of immunity booster. And it's not just for COVID, you can actually practically have it every single day.
Really convinced and agreed. So yeah, now getting a bit more specific, like one of our
that's quite palatable.
That since there was a lot of news about and that diabetes patients are more prone to harm after they get COVID-19. Yeah, they catch the virus. So is there any Ayurvedic herbal remedy to keep diabetes in check?
Well, so now, see, my understanding of diabetes is, first of all, if you want to avoid diabetes, it's not something that is, what you need to take care of primarily is your liver. Okay. So anything that helps your liver, if your liver in proper check, it's a powerhouse of your body. And if your liver function is great, and I'm not saying that liver function is great as in your pathological reports of the liver function. I'm talking about if your appetite is great, if your metabolism is great, if your digestion is good, okay, and if you do enough exercise. Because what will keep your body system, like your gut, your liver, your pancreas, everything active is a right amount of exercise. Most people, see, diabetes in Ayurveda is said as Madhumeha. Okay. And in Ayurveda, it was said that the Madhumeha is the disease of the rich. Why? Because the rich had a sedentary lifestyle and they would eat more, and as I'm talking about. Today, it has become a disease of the malnourished. So whether your life is sedentary or malnourished, you will get caught into the diabetes, right? So both ways, that the solution that I have provided you right now through our dose, if you follow all I've provided you right now through our dose, if you follow all those little things every single day, and if you exercise very life, that I don't want to be diabetic. I know that it's a hereditary, and that's what even Ayurveda says, that it's hereditary. But today we are able to actually work on your genes. Today you can actually change your genetic components. And I feel I'm 45, I'm completely healthy. I don't have any single lifestyle disease. That is because I give myself enough amount of exercise. I release all my stress. I sleep well. I exercise regularly. And I eat well is I avoid the food which is like, I know I'm 45. I can't eat like a 20-year-old. My body doesn't need that kind of a food, because I have a lot of set to eat. See, the stomach size is only mutti bhar. Your problems will be solved if you eat a fistful of food. You chew it enough. Like बचपन में सुना होगा कि 32 बार चबा के खाओ. Little quantity of food, but really well nourished food. Minutes, okay? You go on eating for 20 minutes. That means you are actually eating so well. You're chewing it enough. The saliva is gone into the food, so your digestion is starting well in your mouth. Okay? Be attentive when you're eating your food. Don't watch TV or don't consume news, because your food is not just the food for your body. Your food is for your soul. So enjoy your food while you're eating. Just keep every distraction away while you're eating food. Eat little amount of food, eat for 20 minutes. There's a science behind it, because after 20 minutes, your brain starts giving the signal to your body that the brain is full, your body is full. So most people I work with, obesity and losing weight. If you're watching me and if you want to lose weight, eat your food for 20 minutes, little quantity, but eat it for 20 minutes. Your brain will give the automatic signal to your body that you're full, and you will stop eating. You won't be able to eat more. And if you don't eat more, and if you eat little quantity with lot of nutrition, your body is automatically going to be in a good state. It will bring a homeostasis. It will automatically become alkaline. All the foods that I've mentioned to you right now. Your job for you to make your body alkaline. The moment your blood pH level increases and it becomes alkaline, your body goes into healthy state. Everything, I mean, diabetes can be cured. Every lifestyle disorders can be cured if your body is alkaline enough. So you need to focus on prebiotics, probiotics. You need to focus on eating the food which will keep your blood pH higher and makes it alkaline. And then you see, you will feel extremely healthy.
Yeah, that was so optimistic to hear that diabetes can be cured just by changing the lifestyle, right? So that was very optimistic. So like as we are heading towards the end of the session, I would like to have some fun. Like what? Let's bust some myths, okay?
Sure.
So yeah, there used to be like this ad that used to pop up every time when this whole pandemic started, that give 20 seconds, wash your hands, that kills the virus. But is that true? Like hand washing kills viruses. Is that a myth or is that a fact? Like just a fun session.
I don't think the virus can be killed, first of all. Okay, because virus does not have a soul. Okay, it's just an RNA body. Okay, if I have to make you understand in a scientific way, we have DNA, right? So DNA carries the DNA can reproduce. Okay, RNA cannot, ribonucleic acid cannot reproduce. What it does, it finds a host, and it penetrates the cells of the host, and from there it multiplies. The cells are actually multiplying, and through that the virus is multiplying, right? So you cannot, what is not alive, you can't kill it. The only thing what you can do is you're washing it off. So the water is taking care of it. The soap and the spirit is actually cleaning your hand so that it is not sitting on your hand and you're not transferring it to other people, or you're not transferring it to anywhere else. That's what you're doing. You can't kill a virus because it's not alive.
That's true, yeah. Okay, so ma'am, one more myth. Seasonal allergies are a sign of weakened immune system. Is that true?
I agree. Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is. Because you get your, see, any allergy, let me tell you something, Neha here, and the viewers who are watching me. We are living in the same environment, right? And we all have the body, and we all have the brain, and we all have the heart. Then why is it that some people are allergic and some people are not? That means there is something not right in that person's body. Either it's emotions, either it's trigger in the brain. See, allergies are mostly, I'll tell you, allergies are mostly the threats that the brain feels. So if you kill those threats, if you eliminate those memories, and if you eliminate those patterns in the brain, I have cured many people from their allergies. right from asthma to autoimmune disorders to sneezing to cold to hives on the body. It's curable. And the moment you cure it, you do the testing and you see their blood pH has changed, their entire system internally, immunity wise, at the same time emotions and thoughts wise, has changed. So any allergies anybody is feeling or having in their life is just an acquired mechanism of your body. It's not a healthy state. A healthy state is a completely healthy body where there is no disease. Were you not expecting this kind of answer from me?
No, ma'am. Actually, I got disconnected. I'm so sorry for that.
Oh, okay.
There was a network issue. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Yes, yeah. So those were the questions from our guests and from our team members. Ma'am, it was really amazing to talk to you, to listen to you. I'm filled with so much of optimism right now, and so are our viewers, I guess. Like diabetes can be cured. There's Russia has come up with this vaccine, and like it's all. It feels really nice.
Allergies can be cured, by the way. I think you got.
Yeah, allergies can be cured. Yeah. A lot. So many takeaways actually. And now this brings us to the end of the session. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. And it's been a pleasure. And it's been a pleasure to have all of you here. So I hope everyone stays safe and take care. And that's it.
Yeah, and please don't forget to comment on this video, share it a lot, sure. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please follow me on Instagram. Yeah. Thank you so much once again, NSS IIT Bombay, for giving me this opportunity. It was lovely interacting with you, Neha, and hope to see you guys sometime soon. Bye-bye.